Rise and shine, my sinners. When Father Evil starts his day, he gets a little deadly. Deadly Grounds coffee has the richest, smoothest flavor you'll find anywhere. It's sinfully delicious. Once you go deadly, you never go back. Order yours at getdeadly.com. Coffee's so good, it's scary.
Welcome to the Epic Tales from the Sewers podcast. Grab yourself a slice, strap into the party wagon, and hang on tight. Give it up for your hosts, the Cowabunga Combo, Justin and Eric.
All right, and welcome back to Epic Tales from the Sewers. I am your host, Justin. With me, as most times, is my loyal co-host, Mr. Eric Will.
How you doing there, Justin?
Good, man. How's it going? I like that little E. Yeah, that's okay.
Hey, I got my co-host right here. Sourdough.
Yep, your very own ice cream kitty. With us, we have a special guest today. He is a long-time podcaster. He's got more hours logged than I do, which is saying something. So, and the way that you described yourself was the writer, artist, podcaster, impresario at Cosmic Lion Productions, Mr. Eli Schwab. How you doing, Eli?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, thank you for getting all of the listeners up to date on what impresario means. So I'll explain that to everybody. So he's the head cook, financer, chef and bottle washer. He does it all. So
That's right.
That's an impresario.
Yes. I think it was a little bit about like live events and stuff like that. I used to do that a lot more than I do now. But yeah, it's I kind of ripped it off of this guy that I really love called Bill Graham. He was a impresario back in, not Billy Graham, and I know.
Yeah, I was like the wrestler, superstar Billy Graham. That's another Billy Graham, but
yeah, he was a concert and festival promoter in the '60s, like Fillmore West, Fillmore East, with some of my favorite bands back in San Francisco. And he called himself an impresario. I always liked that term. So
nice. So he was the one who was letting in the Grateful Dead, and when they get up there in the Fillmore West, and yeah,
and he would introduce them, and he did like the band's Last Waltz and stuff like that. I'm a huge.
That's where I knew him from
as well. Yeah.
Oh absolutely. Man, I did a whole episode on my other show all about the band, so we'll have to talk about that at some point. But yeah, man,
absolutely.
Big Pink, love it.
Me too. Yeah,
anyway,
it could be a turtle right there.
Oh, that'd be cool. A big pink turtle called Big Pink, and it's all based on the band. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be sick. He's like up on Cripple Creek waiting for him, and
yeah. Hell yeah!
There we go.
He knows his stuff already. We're starting. Well, let's start at the beginning with some turtle stuff, because you're an independent comic guy, and I imagine that there's got to be some roots here with Ninja Turtles with you on just everything that started. What's your origin story when it comes to Ninja Turtles?
Yeah, dude, I think I'm a lot like a lot of people who were born in the 80s. I'm actually, I think, about the same age as the Ninja Turtles, 1984. I was born. Yep. So, I was the perfect age to kind of grow up and move right from Big Bird into the Big Turtles. And so it was perfect timing for me. I brought this with me. I got my, Turtles back in, I think this is dated 88, the squishy head Donnie. So this was my first Turtles figure. I keep it with me always, the squishy head. And, so I was in that generation where it was the perfect time to watch the show debut and go see all the movies. All the movies came out in March around my birthday. So then I would have the classic 90s birthday party where you go to the mall and you're at the Dream Machine, the arcade, and then you go to Jerry's Pizza, the pizza place, or I think it was like the arcade, then the movie, then pizza after. So, we saw all of them in there. And I actually have this comic, which is Cosmic Lion Primer. This is like a collection of my own short stories that I keep on the table. But it also includes a bunch of these Turtles drawings that I did in second grade, which I realize is like kind of like would have been my like Playmates toy designs.
Yeah.
So there's like an X-Men turtle, there's a Superman turtle, Mega Man turtle, of course MC Hammer turtle.
Nice. Yeah.
There's a Devil turtle, Spider-Man turtle. I love this idea that I had for a Shredder ripoff, which is called like Blade Ketchup Head. Obviously, I knew he was like some sort of kitchen-based villain. Of course, a Star Trek Deep Space Nine turtle, Nerd turtle.
Oh, Deep Space Nine is the best. That's like the
Slash.
Yeah.
Yeah, Clash. He's like a Slash ripoff. I'm sure I wasn't like my punk rock roots in second grade or anything, but yeah. So it was always huge, and I was always drawing too. So as soon as I started loving the Turtles, I started loving to draw, and I remember getting the comics, and of course I read the Archie comics a ton when I was growing up. I'm not going to be like, of course, when I was 6, I was dying. I was loving the Mirage Run or anything. I wish I was, but I do remember I got, I think it was a reprint of issue 10. Maybe it had Splinter on the cover. It was maybe it was like 4. Anyway, I can't really remember. But then I do have it over in the collection somewhere. But then I also got one of the Zuli Turtles issues when I was very young, and I was like, "What is happening here?
Blows your mind,
turtles?"
right?
Yeah, dude. So
Soul's Winter, man.
Yeah, Soul's Winter is absolutely amazing. So yeah, okay. So I was reading the Archie comics a ton. I loved the Stump Asteroid Turtles. So I was waiting 35 years for this set of
absolutely
Stump Turtles. So I was psyched to get those. I loved those books. I loved the Mutanimals. And so, it's almost like I don't remember a time when I wasn't like loving the Turtles as a kid and playing Turtles and collecting the toys and comics and stuff. So it was just, I loved it. I always loved it. And I think I just followed along pretty much ever since. There was probably that time, like middle school, high school, where like Girls and Drugs took over and I like didn't do it as much. And I think that was like the what is it, the O2 cartoon era.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't like, that's a little space where I don't really remember. And then I got back in, I like got some of the Image books, and then I remember volume 4 a little bit, and I bought a couple of those off the shelves. I was living in Vermont at the time, but yeah, then like as soon as IDW, that's only a few years ago now, I guess, though. Longer.
Yeah, 2011.
Yeah. Oh, really? Jeez, yeah. That's 15 years ago almost.
You believe that? Yeah.
Good Lord. No, I don't believe that. I was like, it's just a couple years ago. Yeah. Clearly I have no concept of time anymore. But yeah, so again, it's just been a constant thing forever. I have a forever mark now of issue 2, page 1, Raphael there. And I have a tattoo by Eric Talbot now, one of my favorite
you lucky
creators.
dog.
He's the man. So
yeah.
It's a life sentence here with the Turtles. Never gonna end.
That need to do.
And the fact that you have a loose concept of time, you've already mentioned the Fillmore West, and you have Silver Surfer on your wall. I get it.
Yeah,
I get where the time went. It's all right.
Ganja.
Yeah. Hey kids. No, that's fantastic. I mean, your story's a lot like mine, especially with the Mirage Turtles versus the Archie Turtles. That was always the Turtles to me, like growing up. That was the hot thing. I'm like, oh man, this is great. We got Scumbug versus Worm and Rat King and like all this fun stuff. And it was great to like have the figures at the time. And it was so close to the Archie stuff. And I did have Souls Winter too, but it was like one of those things where I was like dipping my toe and I'm like, what's this thing, this bloodsucker character?
Yeah.
What's the art? Why is it so different? It's kind of crazy, I like
Yeah.
it, but it's weird.
Yeah, man. I loved it too because I think I started coming into the Mirage, of course, in the like guest era. And I love
Mhm.
those like Hedden and McWeeny ones that are like in the
Oh man.
40s. Maltese Turtle. I had those ones, and I loved it. The other Hedden and Weenie with the Punisher maybe ripoff guy, and of course, Matt Howarth's Turtle Dreams was an
Mm.
absolute favorite one of mine. I actually recently connected with Matt Howarth, and I've published 5 books by him now.
Oh
So
wow.
that's been a really cool thing. He's a absolutely amazing guy, uh, amazing to chat with. Every time I talk to him, it's like an hour conversation. I always need, anytime he's like, call me, I'm like, okay, I need an hour to like chat with Matt. It's crazy.
That's got to be a whole different level as someone who's like a publisher and all that. And you've obviously connected with Eric Talbot. Now you're saying you've connected with Matt. What's it been like to kind of meet some of these creative heroes of yours from growing up?
Well, I think like part of it too, and also being like I was in the music industry for a while. Part of meeting these people was you just got to remember that they're just people too. They're real people, and treating them like that is the way. I mean, they're just a guy. You don't want to be completely nerd out, though. I'm not guilty of that as well. I am guilty of that as well. It's hard not to be sometimes, but then, because I've got to meet AC Farley a little bit too, and I'm hopefully working with him on something. And, he was my favorite artist growing up. There's a pinup that he did that was in the like 1991 calendar that I had, and it's the turtles like in a group in the woods and all have their masks down, and it's the cover of not Turtle. It's a trade of short stories from back in the day. Not Turtle Soup.
It's called
but,
Shell Shock.
Shell Shock. Yes, absolutely. Yep. The cover of Shell Shock. That was like my favorite piece of art for like ever. And so, that made me then find everything I could of AC Farley, and then also, reached out to him and chatted with him. And then me and my friend Ryan Balcom, he had a show called Comics Lounge, and we interviewed Craig on there. And then that just led to him and I talking, and now we talk almost weekly, if not more. And so we're working on a book too. So it's just fun to meet these guys and chat with them. And Jim Lawson, like, he drew this photo of my original comic book character. I wrote to him to ask advice about publishing my first comic, just because at the time he was publishing, what were those comics he was publishing called? Paleo, and then right after it was like a turtle guy and a girl, Dragonfly.
Oh, Dragonfly, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
so
I was trying to think of the name too.
Yeah,
shout out to Wes Briggs and shout out to Chris
That's
Vance.
right.
That is a great friggin' book.
Yeah.
I hope it comes back, to be honest with you. I love it. I had him do a original art of Dragonfly and John for me last year at Granite.
Nice. Yeah, it's a great book, and I noticed he wrote it. So I asked him advice, and he told me about Kablam and how he released his book and gave me these ideas, and I sent him the book and told him about it, and then he just sent me that photo or this drawing of my character, like a pinup. He just did it for free and sent it to me without even really telling me. And
where's the flaming ice cube in there? That's what I want.
Oh no, I didn't really have it though. I love that logo though.
Yeah,
I have one of those. I think it's Tattoo. It was like a mini zine that he did. It's called Tattoo or something like that. Anyway, so that just got me started trying to reach out to the Turtles guys, really, because Jim was like such a cool dude. And then on my podcast back in the day, I got Steve Levine and Jim. Actually, Jim, I recorded a whole podcast, and then there was sound issues. And I was like, shit, man, I can't use this. And so I reached back out to Jim, and I was like, I know this sucks. Do you mind just doing it again? And he's like, yeah, sure, man. I don't care. And so then we just did it again, did a whole nother podcast together. And then, that he just helped me connect with Steve Levine. And I went up to the shop there one time when I was in New Hampshire for a wedding.
Oh, yeah.
And then met Steve, and he was so cool. And then, I got to meet Kevin a few times. He was on the podcast twice, Cosmic Lion Radio, available most places you get your podcast, though I do like a college radio style thing, so it's not everywhere because I play music, and there's some copyright laws and stuff I don't mess with, so it's not on Spotify and stuff. But you can get it on your podcast.
So Apple I take it you're not playing any Neil Young. So
I would. I think. I know he is. I haven't got a cease and desist from old Neil yet.
Oh, that's good.
But I'm always like, "Old man, take a look at my life. I'm a lot like you, you know." That's a good song. Old man, take a look at my life. Anyway, no, I haven't.
I would have gone with Heart of Gold, but that's.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. No, so I got all those guys. I got Kev on twice, and then I went to a signing in San Diego at the when he had that art museum there, and it was him and Stan Sakai when the Turtles Usagi crossover came out, which was maybe like 10 years ago now. Though again, my sense of time is completely lost. And I knew from music industry stuff and from meeting like musicians that you can go early. Like if you get early to the venue, you're likely to like meet them out back, or you could maybe see the sound check or something. So I got there super early, and I went in and was looking at the exhibit, and he was just there. And I was like, "Oh man, hey, how's it going?" And I wanted to do an interview, and he was like, "Hey, well, you want to come back and help me sort these posters for the signing?" So then instead of doing an interview, I decided to just like, this is kind of like a moment for us. And so I just sat there and helped Kevin sort these posters for like an hour and like chatted with him, and just, again, super nice dude, just real guy.
Oh yeah.
Like a dude who him and his buddy just had fun one day, and it changed like everybody's life in the world, just because like him and his buddy one day wanted to laugh or whatever, changed so many lives, all three of ours for sure. So
yeah,
you're
not kidding,
sure.
But it's like,
man, it's
craziness. And so, and he's just a cool ass dude. And so I think that just set the standard for me on on the 30th episode of the podcast was also my 30th birthday and the 30th anniversary of the Turtles, because I'm like the same age, like I said. So on that one, I had Steve and Jim and maybe one more person. And so that was another awesome one. And, the podcast has been going on. It's almost 15 years now, maybe 14. And I only have like 63 episodes or something, because at this point I've done like other casts, and I get to like 1 to 2 a year of Cosmic Lion Radio. But
anyway. Dude, I got like 6 shows. I get it. So
yeah. That was a long-winded answer, but yeah. But yeah, the Mirage artists are just all super chill dudes. They're just all buddies. They're all friends who hung out in this amazing like bullpen, having a great time making these comics we love. So,
and talking with these guys about like music too, it's like all the same stuff that we're talking about. It's like I had a conversation with Eric Talbot about the Misfits, and I was talking to Steve Levine about like Danzig and like playing Mother in the Basement with Ryan Brown on drums. And
yeah, right, they had a band.
Yeah, I'm like, what? And like, oh yeah, Dan Berger's over there playing bass or something. It's like, what? It's like, this is unreal.
Yeah, it's rock and roll, dude.
Peter loves Neil Young, and he'd always get us to play a Neil Young tune, and he's playing guitar, man. And I'm like, this is crazy.
I love it, and that's what I did with my episodes too. I used to we would like interview them and talk about Turtles, but then talk about like the music that they were listening to and inspired Turtles. And so if you go back and listen to those apps, like they all are like, oh, we were listening to like Hoodoo Gurus and what were some of the other ones? I can't remember, man. But
maybe Hocus Pocus by Focus.
Hocus Pocus by Focus, absolutely. And Talk by Talk.
Oh,
was some of it. Yeah, dude.
Those are deep cuts, listeners. Very deep cuts.
Yeah, dude. Go check out the Cosmic Lion eps of all the Turtles guys for those more deep cuts.
So let's talk about your comics here, because a lot of what I've seen is some deeply personal stuff that it seems like you have kind of like autobiography in comic form and all that. As a creator, how does that come about, and what got you started down that path?
I think always the comics I really loved. Like I was really into like Crumb and just like life comics, people who wrote their lives in comics, like Jim Mahfood did it for a while. I'm still a big fan of his, and it just I was the kind of person that when I was writing comics or I was like bartending or working, I would just draw and sketch like the shit that was happening to me, or I would write a journal and then draw what was happening to me. So that just became the type of comics that I was creating, and that's what I had. And again, the comic primer, because of being a publisher and working so much on everyone else's comics, I just haven't had as much time to work on my own comic, which the first comic I created, not the first, but the main one that I created that Jim helped me on was called Monkey Lion. It's about a intergalactic Afro funk band on tour through the galaxy. And it's they're anthropomorphic characters, of course, like a monkey and a lion and a giraffe and a robot saxophone player. And
Oh wow.
And like a Hunter Thompson guy who's like a peacock because Hunter Thompson had peacocks and all this stuff. They play like music festivals because I was like going to see a lot of music and stuff. So because I didn't have a lot of time to do that and I was writing on everyone else's comics, I just didn't have as much time. So I more so just collected a bunch of comics from my whole life into this thing to kind of show who I was. Like I have this character named Jester Man, and there's me like in 5th grade dressed in the costume, and then me like last year dressed in the costume, same shirt and hat. Stayed pretty fit, I guess. But so that's what I have, and that's the kind of comics I made, and so that's what I had. And so I just thought the best way to present it, all this random disparate stuff was to kind of do an artobiography, which is something I stole from Kevin. He has his artobiography. I just thought it's a good title, and it's a great way to present your work. And so, that's what I had and that's what I put out. So that's what it is.
Well, I like it, and it seems like if I didn't see the little maquette of Silent Bob behind you, I would have already picked out that it seems like there's a little Kevin Smith influence. The story that you just told about Kevin too, like I'm like, man, that sounds like straight out of Chasing Amy. Like all of this sort of like Kevin Smith sort of experiences and all that, and you seem very much that type of guy. Like. A hand in every pie, so to speak, and you're doing all that. Do you direct films too? I mean,
I haven't directed, but I've produced and acted in stuff, and I guess I directed a little Star Trek fan film I was in. But I do love film as well, and I would love to do something with it. I do love Kevin Smith. I got huge into him, of course, like when Mallrats came out, because you just didn't see comic books portrayed in that, like comic book fans portrayed in that way. He created the whole movement in that way, and helped it become cool and helped it become this like, alternative thing, which I was like right in with. And I immediately became on the View Askew message board, and I used to meet people through that and hang out with people in different places through that and go see him. And it inspired me a ton. Like Chasing Amy inspired me a ton. I tried that speech on a girlfriend. It didn't work at all. And so it's like, no, it's hilarious. It is hilarious. And I met Joey Lauren Adams at a con one time, and I told her that too. And she's like, how'd that go? And I was like, not good. And she just like laughed so hard. And so like, it's those kind of, it's like films and stuff that, help shape who you are and give you someone to see like you're not alone. Because when I was growing up, a lot of my friends, most of my friends didn't like comics. It wasn't a thing. I didn't grow up with a ton of other people to draw with, and I didn't know about zines and all that stuff then. I wish I did. I was kind of doing it on my own. I was like stapling stuff and making weird comics and drawing pictures of my teachers and getting in trouble because they'd see them. Or I remember one time in Spanish class, I was like drawing hands, like practicing hands, and I was like looking at my hand, and the teacher was like, no one's paying attention, and Eli's over here staring at his hands, and like everyone laughed at me and stuff. And I was like, whatever.
You're like,
my
anatomy
is better than yours. Yeah. So,
oh man.
But yeah,
Yeah,
man.
so there's very much that independent artist vibe about you, and I mean, you have another show dedicated to Matt Wagner's Grendel, which is pretty awesome. I'm a big Matt Wagner fan. My jam is Mage, and my claim to fame is I got one of my letters in on Mage, the Hero Defined, issue 7. So I was like,
Nice.
yeah. He sent me
Oh,
a nice
dude.
little card, hand signed. And I'm like, yeah, Matt Wagner. It's.
Nice.
I mean,
Dude, it's so cool to Matt is another guy like that too, who's done so much, has such an impact on independent comics, and is just like the chillest guy, the nicest guy, open, outgoing.
he doesn't seem to suffer fools, though. I'll tell you that much. Like,
Yeah,
he
he
doesn't have
doesn't.
time for someone who's like an idiot or something. Like, I've seen him shut some people down. So,
I mean, you got to respect that about people, especially,
absolutely.
busy people like Matt, I love it. Yeah, he's a cool dude, and it's cool. Him and Kevin, I guess, had some interactions. He showed me this piece that's that he drew of Mage and a turtle for Kevin back in the day.
Really?
Yes, it's really cool. I can send you a pic of that to show.
Oh,
if
I've
you
never
want.
seen that. That's fantastic.
It's really
So
cool.
Mage is for listeners not familiar with Mage. Kevin Matchstick, who is the descendant of King Arthur, has a mystical power set of he's basically got Excalibur, which is a bat. It's a baseball bat, and he's trying to navigate through life and stop the apocalypse and all that stuff for these guys trying to find the Fisher King. So it's this crazy thing, and it's gone on for 30 years, and it's the most autobiographical to the artist and writer Matt Wagner. That it looks like him exactly, and the character even like now looks like him because he's gone bald. So,
Yeah.
but it's something that is incredibly prevalent in any Kevin Smith stuff, like from Mallrats, and I mean, it's in the background of Dogma, like all kinds of stuff. There's even a shot for shot part where Silent Bob holds a bat and looks exactly like Kevin Matchstick. So it's like, yeah.
Yeah. Kevin is a huge Matt Wagner fan for sure.
Well, what got you into that? Because obviously, being into the independent comics, I'm assuming the Archie Turtles got you into the Mirage Turtles, which gets you into the black and white era of all of like the Comico, and I think it's Comico, right? Was that one? Or was it Comico? Like the independents and all that. What got you towards the Wagnerverse? We'll call it.
Yeah, it was definitely getting into the black and white comics, and then getting into the music. And through like the Dead in the San Francisco scene, getting into Crumb and the Zap Comics crew got me into the independent comics. And I think it might have been partly Kevin Smith who got me into Mage, because I remember that in Chasing Amy, Banky's wearing a Madman t-shirt, and I mistook it for a Mage t-shirt. And so I bought the book and started reading it and started loving it. And then I remember seeing that there's a photo of Muse where he's got a Grendel shirt on. And so I just kind of went from that and, started really getting into Mage. And then I was like, I got to check out Grendel. A buddy of mine, Wally, showed me Grendel one night. It was like 4 a.m. We had worked at the bar till like 2 or 3. And then we went to his house and we were doing whatever people do at 4 a.m. And
reading a stack of Grendel comics.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he was. And he was like, you got to check out this Grendel comic. And I was kind of like done from then. And I started buying trades and just getting into it. And I was voracious when I first found it. I found everything I could. I like bought every trade and started reading it. I just loved the fact that it like starts in the 80s and goes like for 3,000 years into the future till like the world falls into post-apocalyptic clans dispersed throughout it was just like unlike anything else. And then I just started reading everything Matt did, like the Demon and his Batman work, and Sandman Mystery Theater, and
Trinity was a favorite of mine.
Trinity is so
DC
great.
Trinity is so good. Yeah. I mean, all the work that he did on Green Arrow is really like one of those things. Like if you knew him from nothing else, those covers of the Green Arrow. Oh, I had the statue.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So he's just another one of those guys which once you get hooked, there's a lot to dig into. And there's so much Grendel. Like we're, I think, 136 episodes in. We call them issues, the episodes issues anyway. But yeah, and there's still, a ton more to go. So, and Matt's just been super open and outgoing and chill and comes on the cast all the time and helps us connect with the other creators and get them on the cast. And we've been able to interview all these people, and we got to hang out with Joe Matt, and we got to interview Tim Sale and Diana Schutz and Matt and everybody together.
To meet Tim Sale. Wow.
Dude, it was amazing. Yeah. So there's just a lot to go through. If you're into Matt and if you're into Grendel, even if you don't go episode by episode, go through the interviews that we do. They're so good. The Pander Bros and Steven T. Siegel, and oh my God, it's been amazing.
See, that's why we like to have people to like kind of show like a different side of things and all that, because it's like, I don't know if a lot of our readers that are into Ninja Turtles really understand Grendel or into it, but it's like, you'll probably dig it if you dig Mirage type Turtles.
Absolutely.
And the fact that you had Tim Sale on, that is huge, man.
Tim's
really no longer with us. And I mean, he passed away a couple years ago. If you ever watched the show Heroes, I mean, he did the art for Heroes. I got to meet him years ago in Connecticut at a con, and my claim to fame is I brought him 2 bottles of Mountain Dew. So
nice.
And that bought me like 30 minutes of conversation, and we were talking about Batman Dark Victory, and quite specifically, have you ever where'd you get the idea for your Scarecrow? And he told me, this English show that I was watching on BBC. And did you ever draw Booster in Blue Beetle from JLI? Yeah, I did. It's man, it was great.
So nice.
Tim Sale was he was just a gentleman and just awesome to even be around.
So cool. And wrote drew some of the greatest comics with the Loeb Sale era of Spider-Man Yellow or Spider-Man Blue, Daredevil Yellow, Hulk Green, Gray, yep. Captain America White, perhaps.
Yep.
That came out super late. Yeah, dude, those are all so good.
Did you just say Cool Whip?
Cool Whip. Cool Whip. I don't really say white, but I felt a little cheeky.
Honestly, I'm glad you did. So,
me too.
So you're a collector. You've got some fantastic pieces behind you. We were kind of talking about this a little bit before. What kind of stuff do you collect, since now you've been in this world and people? You've got an Eric Talbot tattoo and all that. What kind of art are you collecting now?
I do love original pages. I'm surrounded by a bunch of original pages in the other room. I find that to be the closest connection that you can get with your favorite comics. This is the lifeblood. This is the blood and guts of your favorite comic, the skeleton, the physical being of your favorite comic. This is an actual page, a one-to-one connection from the artist, the writer, the penciler, the inker, the letterer, and it's all right here, except for the colors. But
do you mean Tracer?
Trace a chalk line around your dead effing body. Yes, I love it. Yes, the Tracer. So I do.
Eric, we're not having any fun here. I mean,
I do collect that. I love that. I do have a complete Mirage Volume 1 run that took a long time to do.
Hell yeah!
It is so not an easy task.
No. Not a first print of number 1. I have a third print, but everything else is first print.
I got a 5th, so I'm with you. Eric's got a nicer one.
I got a second print.
Oh, nice, dude. When I got my first print or third print, I was at a con maybe 15 or 20 years ago, and I was always at that point oh, you guys got any turtle stuff? And this dude reached under his desk, reached under the table, pulled out issue 1. Volume or issue 1 third print and an issue 4 first print, and I was like, oh my god, this is so sick. How much do you want from me? He's like, I don't really know what they're worth. I say $80, and I was like, yes,
you're kidding me.
I'll do that.
What?
And bought both of those books for $80 off that guy. What? I was like, I'll do it.
Oh my god,
it was so lucky, dude. I was psyched. It is like it's a reader copy, which I like.
Yeah.
I like having that, and I open it up and I read it, and I mess with people online by taking photos of it out of a sleeve and me reading it and stuff. And so it's nice that it's like a reader copy. I like that. And I do have, many other prints. I have the like reprint. Is it Rich Horn that does it with the plates
Yeah,
and
Rich
stuff?
Horn, yes.
Yep, I got this. I got that one, and tons of other reprints. It's fun to collect. There's so many prints of that, so I have that. I collect turtle figs, of course, and I have a bunch of my old stuff. This is a favorite piece.
I do love that piece. I
I
saw that at the
Wow.
toy show this
Just because
this
it's
week.
a Leo, Justin, that's why.
I like it regardless, but yes.
No,
I did get this when I was a kid, and it is a classic story because I went snooping in my parents' bathroom for Hanukkah gifts. And I was
Okay.
looking around, and I went in the closet, and I found this trash bag of stuff. And this was in there. And I took it to my room, and I was like, oh, my God, this is mine. And so they came in, and they saw me with it. They're like, where'd you get that? And so they took it back, and I had to go and pull weeds to make the money to buy this from them because it was no longer a gift because I took it. So then I had to go pull weeds to get this. So, this was one of the first things that I bought with my toils. And I took the belt off and put a movie belt on it for some reason because I thought it looked more like Mirage-y probably. And now, so I've just had this ever since.
I dig it. It's the he looks like the trophy award winning Leo. I've never had this one. I saw it, and now it's kind of like out of the price range where I'm like, not gonna spend like $200 on this thing, but it's awesome.
Yeah. It's nice to have, and just with that story, it's
yeah.
I got this big purple guy that I got super discounted because it fell off a truck and the box was all banged up.
There you go.
Like, I'm not going to use the box. I took it out of the box. I do like taking it out of the box. I have these, which I also loved because I thought they were the most Mirage-y looking back in the day. Yep. These are the ones that have the suction and do the flipping. Yeah. And so I have the Dawn and the Leo.
Yeah, this is the 2003 Turtles, I think, that the re-release where they do like the ninja action.
Yeah, let's see if it still works.
Here we go. It's gonna do a cartwheel.
Oh shit!
Oh,
the suction cup's too old. All right, kind of.
Hey, he did it, kind of.
Let's see. Do you ever have those one figures where you can put the little thing and it? I forget what they made like a noise through the turtle shell.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's like a whistle.
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go. Yeah. Leo still got it.
There we go. Yeah. And I found the Raph and Mikey much later, like probably a few years ago, to complete the set.
Well, the big one back there almost looks like a Gamera. The purple guy that you have there. He's friggin' huge.
Yeah.
I have these Grendel statues too. And an 8-track player back here. I collect a lot of music stuff as well. Yeah, he's definitely like a Gamera.
Oh my God, that's huge.
Yeah.
Wow. That's really big.
Yeah, it's pretty humongous. And there's a few different colorways on this one. It's from
it's like a blow mold almost.
Yeah, 2015.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a fun
That's
one.
kind of cool. Mm-hmm. Were you upset that they never released the Turtles soundtrack on 8-track?
I wish that they did. I do a Nikes. Okay. I do a 2001 podcast as well, so I have the 2001 soundtrack here on 8-track handy.
Wow. Yeah. I could imagine. And it kind of looks like Hal, so.
Yeah, this old one does, yeah.
Yeah.
It's right on the monolith.
Damn.
It's freaky. But, yeah, I love that thing.
That's really good sound for an 8-track player.
Dude, I know. Yeah, it definitely is not like it's not better sound than any system. It's probably the worst reproduction, but it looks so cool.
Let me ask you this, because I am 90% sure that the Party Wagon had an 8-track player. So let's say 1987, the Turtles are driving to go get Shredder. Mikey's got, 8-track. He's about to pop it in. What is he listening to?
Yeah,
Mhm.
dude. I think it's like Metallica. Didn't the Turtles love Metallica back in the day? They wore shirts in some of those early Mirage books.
I
bet
do
you-
not disagree with you at all. They were thanked on the Master of Puppets album liner notes. So yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that. So maybe Master of Puppets by Metallica is they're like speeding to go fight Bebop and Rocksteady in the
Pretty good
in the
one.
the drill module. Yeah.
Oh, dude. But maybe it's also this is what we do.
Okay. Yeah.
Bam!
Yeah.
That's from the soundtrack of the first film.
That's the MC Hammer song, right?
MC
It's
Hammer.
my
That's
body.
right.
It's my body. That's
Yeah.
when
Do what I
Bubblegum
want
Girl
to,
comes
pumping
out.
up body. Sorry, what'd you
My
say?
time. It's my time. When
Yeah,
Bubblegum
dude.
Girl, when she comes up and
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I just read about all that.
yeah,
How she surfaced on Instagram.
she's doing the rounds, man.
That's awesome, dude. And Sam Rockwell with the absolutely legendary. You want regular or menthols?
Menthol.
And you're like, whoa. And I was like,
will
dude.
always think of him as Guy from the Galaxy Quest, and no one can change my mind.
Dude, so
I love
Oh
him,
yes, yes.
He is
he's
Guy.
got Zaphod Beeblebrox in the Hitchhiker's Galaxy too. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh, that was such a good.
I
with
do
most
confuse
staff and
that
stuff.
with Gentleman Broncos a lot.
Oh yeah. Okay, I get it.
This is going some weird places. I love
I
it.
love it,
You know?
dude. That's what I do. That's what I do to people. I think.
It's kind of fun. Well, I always like the idea. I think when I was talking to Townsend Coleman about it, and I asked him, I'm like, like the way that you had Mikey was very surfery, and he said he's like, yeah, because they would have had old Beach Boys records, and he would have identified with surfer culture and done it in the sewers. And I'm like, no one's ever explained it that way, and I love it.
Yeah,
So,
it absolutely
I-
makes sense. It's what do we think that they only had books about Renaissance artists that got flushed down the toilet? Nah, dude.
yeah.
I'm sure there was like Thrasher magazine and a bunch of stuff that got.
That's
washed
like in
down
the
there.
2012 cartoon. Like, how did Leo and Mikey and all that get their comics and stuff? It washed down the
That's right.
drain.
That's right.
know?
Speaking of that, that's I think the best cartoon of them all.
I agree
Truest
with you.
to Mirage.
You got to watch the 2003 one before making that claim. But
That's
it's-
true. I have watched a lot of that, and they did adapt like comic stuff direct because Peter
Oh,
Laird
man.
was there, like producing or
that
helping.
Kirby
write.
episode is like
It was awesome.
word for word almost. It's like so
Yeah.
good. But I love the 2012, and Eric, you watch that with your son now, right?
Yeah. The 2012. My son wasn't the biggest fan of the 03 Turtles. I liked the Turtles. I liked the 03 Turtles. 2012 was good. Rise not so much, but the movie was.
The movie
So-
was great for Rise.
Yeah,
I
the
thought it
movie
was
was.
awesome.
Oh, I don't think I've seen. Sorry, I don't think I've seen that one. Is that what's the new one? The Seth Rogen one is called what?
The new one is
Mutant
like
Mayhem.
Mutant Mayhem.
Mutant Mayhem. Oh yeah. That was sick. Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
it.
it's on Netflix. There's actually quite a few Turtles movies and shows and all that on Netflix right now.
Okay.
Huh.
Checking it
I know
out.
Paramount has a bunch of them and all that, and
Paramount,
I mean
yeah.
you can find them on Tubi and all the other stuff. Amazon has like stuff, so it's like it's out there and you can watch it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I put
So-
the channel on. There's a channel on what's the other one? Pluto, and I
Yeah.
watch that channel sometimes when I'm working.
Is that the
I-
one that has like Archie mysteries that keeps coming up every 5 minutes? Like every
Yeah,
break
kinda
has
weird.
Archie's weird mysteries, and I'm like,
Is
I'm
it-
dying, I'm dying.
Yeah, the commercials
every
are
time I've
insane.
watched it, it's like The Last Airbender or something else on there.
Oh,
Yeah, it's weird. It's really weird. Yeah, it's like, what do you have? You don't have enough turtles to put on there or something?
No, I don't know what it is. It's like every time I've been on there lately, I haven't seen turtles on there,
Yeah, it's
and I'm
kinda
like,
weird.
what is going on? So I put it on Tubi, and Tubi actually has the 87 cartoons.
Oh,
So-
nice. I'm going to say something a little crazy here, but I don't actually think the 87 cartoon is rewatchable at all at this point for me.
it's
Like, I
definitely
don't-
not my favorite of the versions, but I mean, that first season and like the first 5 episodes and all that, it's like
Oh,
it's
okay.
really hard to think like
I'll give it that.
is there like a better first entrance to like a cartoon series than that one, it's kind of
Yeah.
tough.
It's pretty
Like,
good.
'cause-
That the original movie or whatever, the like an
Oh,
hour,
yeah.
the hour movie is so
Yeah.
sick. Yeah.
It's so good. And so, I mean, I do kind of agree with you because it gets a little gonzo and all that. And you get into like the Saturday mornings on CBS era where Michelangelo is out on like patrol with like a grappling hook. You know, it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's kind of weird, but you know, I mean, I also look at it this way. I'm not a huge fan of Rise, but like all Turtles to me is good Turtles, even if it's not something I'm super into. There's
Right.
huge fandoms out there that love it,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's brought them back to the video games, the lunch boxes, the like, oh wow, did you see this box? It was the cover was drawn by AC Farley. I didn't know that, you know? And then that kind of like opens up the whole thing. It's like, did you know Partners in Crime originally said Raphael on the soundtrack? You know, it's like it that whole wormhole, man, like it sets
I
you
love
down
it.
that path. And
Yeah.
all of it is just like a rising tide raises all ships.
I
So like
agree.
even
I
if you
agree.
like if you only like, you know, coming out of the shells tour, you'll get there eventually. You'll get to
Are
like
there those people? There can't
I'd
there
have to
can't be.
imagine. Are there? They're
I only
like,
like
man,
the coming out of their shells. I don't read the comics or the film. I only like
yeah, yeah.
the album they put out.
Skipping Stones and Pizza Time are
Yeah.
classics.
Hey, sound off in the comments if you only like the coming out of their shells tour, because
There's
we
gonna
gotta
be
meet
one
you.
guy. There's always one.
There's
There's
going to be
one
at
guy.
least one, but there's going to be a lot more crickets than anything
Yeah.
else.
Yeah, I think you're 100% right, because you know that 87 cartoon, it's not for a 40-year-old man, you know. It's like it was for me as a kid. I loved it as a kid and I watched every
Yep.
single episode as a kid. It was the absolute best. You know, but like, you know, and the 2012, you know, was made by the people that loved the 80s cartoon and the movie and all that. And so, and like, you know, so it had reverence to all that stuff, and that's why I loved it. It's actually crazy. I got to hang out with Ciro Nieli one time, and I was actually like at a concert. This guy Les Claypool, who's the bassist from Primus. I don't know if you guys
I know him
him.
quite
You
well.
know Primus. Okay, sick. Yes.
Not
So
not
I was
personally, but I know his music and I know a lot of stories about him. So
nice, absolutely. So yeah, I was coming out of a show. It was Les Claypool and Sean Lennon, John Lennon's son. They have
wow.
a band called
Hmm.
Claypool Lennon Delirium, and
Was
I
this
was
when they
coming
were
out.
opening for Pussifer or something? Or
I don't know. The show that I saw was just them. They did like
oh,
played for like 3 hours here in downtown LA, and I was walking out of the show. I would say, I wouldn't say drunk, but I would say, you know, drunk.
you could say
And
drunk. Yeah.
yeah, I was drunk. And
Inebriated.
high. Yeah, I was feeling good. And I was walking out, and as I do, I just talk to everybody at shows. A lot of times I go by myself, or I just like the fun of music unencumbered, and I talk to everyone around me anyway. So I started talking with these people and just talking about how much I loved it. And I must have been wearing a turtle shirt or something happened, and then we started talking about turtles.
Hell yeah.
And the guy was like, you know, I make turtles. And I'm like, what does that mean? And he's like, well, I'm the showrunner for the cartoon. I'm like, what? And then so I walked like 10 blocks past my car, which I didn't drive drunk, of course. I walked like way past my car talking to Ciro, just being like, this is amazing. No way. And we started talking about turtles and connecting. And it was absolutely amazing. And I was like, we got to reconnect. And I did get him on the podcast and we chatted. And it was absolutely amazing. Like these random meetings at Les Claypool.
And he's a Les Claypool fan, a Primus
Les
fan,
Claypool.
probably, right?
That's right.
Wow.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's a really cool guy. And we talked about a lot of stuff in that episode of Cosmic Lion Radio. So it's pretty cool. I got to talk to a lot of these guys for the old cast.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You're an interesting fellow because it's like you're so connected, yet you've got like all this connective tissue. It's like, yeah, I know this guy and this guy and that, and like you're in there. You're in the zeitgeist now of all this turtle stuff, having been connected.
Well, it starts just by writing letters, and because when I started the cast, I wasn't anybody. I wasn't a publisher. I was just a fan, and I would just write these letters to people. And you know, 15 years ago, people didn't really know what a podcast was, you know, and everybody wasn't asking you to be on a podcast. And those first things, I had this like weird little Behringer box RCA out to like an 1/8 inch into my phone. And I would record even my first few podcasts. I just had my phone and a mic and my like speakerphone. I would record speakerphone. And so there wasn't all this great podcasting gear and, XLR to USB microphones or whatever. And so like, it was rough and a little bit at the beginning, but just writing letters. And even that's how I met Matt Wagner originally too, just writing a letter. And somehow I got on the Kevin Eastman press list. And I was like, dude, I have like 30 listeners and like I'm nobody. But like every time they had something coming out, even up to Last Ronin, they would send me an email being like, would you like to book Kevin for your podcast? And I'm like, yeah, dude, absolutely. And it's like, I don't want them to know that like I'm not anybody. I don't. Yeah. So it's
sometimes
cool.
you got to fake it.
You fake it till you make it, man. And you send letters and you write to people and, shoot high because you never know what's going to actually stick and who's going to respond and what's going to happen. You just say hi to people and talk and be real.
I love that. I love that your story too, just like randomly meeting Sirio, just at a Les Claypool. I was going to ask you like if there's anyone you've encountered that was like surprisingly a fan of Turtles and all that. But I mean, you've obviously met some music guys too. Did you end up talking to them about any Turtles?
I mean, yeah, and anybody who's like a musician, like I grew up on the jam band scene and I was big into like Fish and I started working with all these jam bands and like all these guys are most
well, you said you lived in Vermont, so I assumed you were a Fish fan.
And I worked at Nectar's. That was my deal. I was like, I went there because that's where Fish started. And I got a job there starting with security and dishwashing and went all the way up to production manager. And everybody was like a Turtles fan. And I did a mural in the green room. And of course, it was like a Ninja Turtle, Buckethead, Saul Williams, and like, different people and stuff. And so just everybody like I think, if you're an 80s kid and you don't like the Turtles, it's a little strange. And even if you didn't go past the cartoon, it's still, like you said, in your zeitgeist. It's still in your like purview, and everybody like has a soft spot for the Turtles and that first Turtles movie. And any 80s kid that says damn, they're like, they're referencing Splinter. It's amazing. It's great, Yeah. And every Sid Vicious T-shirt you see, you're like, oh my god,
man,
Danny,
yeah.
You have no
Danny
family.
Pennington.
Yeah.
So if you had to compilate your own soundtrack, right? Would you put jam bands on the soundtrack for Turtles?
I do actually think Mikey has been on tour with Fish. He I
could see it. I could see Donatello like in between techno, like listening to like a long Dead song or something.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you think about Donnie, I think he's like a Rush fan as well. He's
100%. Yeah.
Brainy, and so he likes that kind of prog rock, 30-minute Yes jam, and so that would definitely lead him to music. And if they're up in New Hampshire all the time, or if they're in that area, there's a lot of jam band scene up there. So if they're up in Northampton, they're going to be at, I can't remember what it's called in Northampton. There's a few heady venues up there.
We used to have Gathering of the Vibes in Connecticut.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that. I don't know what the New Hampshire one was, but I'm sure it was the same weekend as a motorcycle like rally, which is always a problem.
Oh yeah. Though back in the day when the Hells Angels were doing security for the dead, it was together.
Yeah.
It was a single thing. Oh man, but yeah, I do think that the Turtles would enjoy some Fish in the Dead and Humphreys McGee or something like that once they get a little nerdier.
I'm with you. I see Donnie as a middle era Pink Floyd fan listening to like Astronomy Domini and stuff like that. So definitely. Yeah, I get it. So yeah, I love this. We're crossing over all genres, because my other show is called Generation Playlist, which is all about creating a playlist from particular bands and artists and all that. So, we've done Floyd, we've done the Ramones, we've done, so we're trying to think what else. I think most recently we did like Beastie Boys and Pantera, but I mean,
well, if you want a guest to do Dead or Fish, Hit me
I'll
up.
have to. I will 100% hit you up for that. So,
Sick.
but it's kind of a cool crossover for me because I love all these things we're talking about. So,
Nice.
you know.
I love like I was telling you my story, my comic Monkey Lion about an intergalactic Afro funk band on tour through the galaxy just did exactly that, which was like wanting to fuse my love of music, my love of the Turtles, and like my love of Star Trek, kind of this intergalactic band of anthropomorphic animals, going through, so I would always have a playlist and I would have QR codes that would take you to music like Fela Kuti or like Afrobeat stuff or Herbie Hancock or all this different stuff. And so that's Herbie Hancock.
I say that so much.
Every time, like when I'm working at Comic Cons and stuff, and I've done this for 15 or 20 years, when you get the credit card and you need their John Hancock, I always say, let me get your Herbie Hancock. And it's like way less than I would think when someone's like, Herbie Hancock. Like they clock it as a Farley reference. But I thought it would be much more often, but I just do it all the time to make myself laugh. So
You gotta, Eric, you picked up on that one right away. That was
Yeah.
solid.
The Herbie,
I think so.
the Herbie Hancock. I'm like, do you guys like? A lot of people don't know who Herbie Hancock is.
Yeah, I actually
I'm like-
do love Herbie Hancock a lot.
Yeah, and it's like, so you remember Beverly Hills Cop? They're like, yeah, dun, 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 dun. That's Herbie.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh my gosh. And I was like, yeah.
I saw something last week where someone described Herbie Hancock as the greatest American composer of all time, and I'm like,
Pretty good.
I don't know, but maybe, it's like,
He's
Like,
pretty good.
yeah, that's some high praise. I'm like, I don't know, maybe, we'll
I
see.
think the Beverly Hills Cop is Harold Faltermeyer, though. I'm not sure that's actually Herbie Hancock.
Is it? I thought it was.
You have to Google
I
it.
don't, I don't know.
Googling it
I'm
right
not.
now.
I just enjoy all of it. So
I do love that theme song, though. I'll tell you what. I did tour manage a band for a little bit who were from New Hampshire, who lived actually near where Peter lived, because everyone was like, "Oh, you're such a Turtles fan? I heard Peter Laird lives up in the woods near here or something." I'm like, "Oh, sick." But
making his
always-
pottery. Yep.
yeah, dude, it's sick. Have fun, man.
Yeah. Why
Have
not?
fun. We'll
Right.
travel. Yeah,
Right.
dude. And
Riding segways. Making pottery.
I love that part of Volume 4 where he would like catch you up and he would answer everybody's questions and stuff. That was sick, man. I'm
Just
glad
ride
that
on it.
Volume
Yeah.
4 is having a little resurgence with the IDW reprints. That's very cool.
Yeah, I think Journeys 2 just came out. So, are you keeping up with all the new stuff that's happening after the Jason Aaron run and all that?
I haven't really been. I've been buying them, but I haven't been reading them.
Oh, dude, you sound like me. Yeah, I read these. I have every Daredevil comic that has come out since like 1989. I have every one. I have like jumped off on this Chip Zdarsky run, and then there's a new writer and all that, and I'm like, oh man, I got to go back and read them.
Yeah, dude. Eric, was I right? I saw your face.
Hang on. So it says
Herbie.
the user core is the AI overview right now is what I'm getting.
Ooh.
Is the mix of two different songs from Herbie Hancock's Rocket and Axel F's theme by Harold.
Oh,
Harold Faltermeyer.
Yeah.
so maybe they sampled him.
Also, like Rocket is the inspiration for Axel F.
Yeah.
Oh.
Got it.
So it was a little bit. It's. We're both kind of right.
Boom, bang.
You're more right. I'm just a little right.
Well, yeah, we're both right. That's sick.
So
Look,
That
man,
makes
as long as
sense.
we don't have to talk about Beverly Hills Cop 3, which, it's a weak showing for John Landis, but yeah, as long as we don't have to talk about that one, that's fine.
have you seen
I
loved
haven't
it.
seen the new one. It
I
was good.
did. I liked it a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd
But
check
he
it
said
out.
he won't return to the classic Axel Foley laugh, I guess. Did he do it?
He's old. He doesn't need to do it,
Yeah, he doesn't need to do it anymore. My dad used to do that all the time.
All right, so we're talking now about the one thing that we like to end all of our episodes with, pizza.
No.
So you're a former New England guy, so I'm gonna trust your opinion on here. It sounds like you've lived all over the country. Who's got the best pizza that you think?
Oh, very interesting question. I've also worked at pizza restaurants in
Oh, there.
Vermont
Okay,
and Maryland.
Where?
In
Maryland
Maryland is where I
pizza
grew
maybe
up.
has
At?
Old Bay or Old Bay.
We have done that, yes.
Okay, all right.
I did hear that there's like Baltimore style pizza, but I don't know that. I did live in New York City for a little while, and I will say that that is some of my favorite pizza. It's very good. I lived right around the corner from actually the place where Peter Parker delivered pizza for in Spider-Man 2, the Tobey
Nice.
Maguire one, Joe's
He's going to
Pizza.
get the ring and all that. He's on the
Yes.
scooter. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. I lived right there. And that pizza is so good. It's probably my favorite pizza in the world. So I'm going to say New York pizza,
New York.
but
Okay.
yeah, it's really good for me. I haven't had all the pizzas. LA pizza doesn't add up. That's where I am now. I recently had Northampton pizza. That pizza is not Northampton. Shit.
Manchester.
No, it's in Connecticut. It's
Oh, New Haven. Yeah.
New Haven
Yeah,
pizza.
Haven,
That
yeah.
was bomb.
That's
Yeah, that was
my neck of the woods. So yeah,
Nice.
that's where I'm originally from. I'm in Illinois now, but the pizza out here is just not as
Oh
good.
yeah, I do like the deep dish out there. I've been to the one that everyone talks about. That's down by Ferris's
Oh.
famous wheel there on the.
Lou Malnati's or Gino's East or something. Where they
Yeah,
have
something
them.
like that. One of the ones down in the waterfront area. But I do like the deep dish. But man, I got to say that those big old slices at Joe's Pizza in the Village in New York is my favorite pizza ever.
Eric, you want to hit him with the next question because you know what it is.
All right, man. So now, is it a crime or is it not a crime to put pineapple on pizza, man?
This is a great question, highly disputed. My answer for me is it's absolutely delicious and I love it.
Okay, you're not liked.
Yeah.
All right, but so that's another point for me there, Eric. But I will say this: the fact that he has a Raphael tattoo is probably leading towards who's your favorite.
You're not a
turtle,
Raphael.
Eli?
You're not a true Raphael fan. Just saying.
I'm actually not a Raphael. He's not my favorite guy.
Oh, okay.
It's
Are you
just
a
that
Donnie?
I am a Donnie.
Donnie,
Okay.
okay.
I'm a Donnie
Good to
because
know.
I'm a nerd. I like to fiddle with machines and stuff. I do machines, you might say. My dad was like a computer programmer, so he raised us to like be curious about machines and stuff. I worked for Apple for 10 years and opened iPhones and stuff like that. And I liked Donnie's whole deal. I think that I was even like the 2012 Donnie in a way when I was younger. I love Lauren and looked above my I don't know liked girls that didn't like me back and shit like that. So I think a lot of different iterations of Donnie I like a lot. I never I don't know. I like that kind of shit. So yeah, I like machines and old gadgets and stuff. So I'm a Donnie.
I don't know. I see. I thought the tattoo was the clue there, but it turns out, the giant
No.
turtle and the soft head Donnie are the ones that were the winners. So
Yeah, if you notice the two figures I had back here that I showed, the original squishy head and then the stump are both Donnie's.
Yep.
And
I
so
do hope. I was talking at Granite to the NECA guys, to Trevor, and I was like, man, we got to get more heads for these guys. Like, just release an intergalactic turtle replacement heads, just so we get different expressions and all that. Because I want more.
It would be sick. It would absolutely be sick.
I'd pay for it. Absolutely.
I got this Raph tattoo just because I felt like it was such an absolute turtle image, that represents it all.
It's iconic.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's awesome. And I mean, you talk about a great conversation starter and all that. You had that. I'm assuming when you got to meet Sirio. So
I did. Yeah. I'm sure I was drunk enough to just be like, Jesus, but so
sounds familiar, Eric. His are just a little hard to show when he's wearing pants. So
Oh,
Yeah.
got it.
I got
him on his legs.
I got them on my legs. They're all the way up. And I'll be honest with you, me and my tattoo artist got a little pretty close and personal a little bit because Leonardo's sword is literally underneath my my cheek.
Oh, geez. Oh, I thought you were going to say something about Donnie's staff is.
Oh,
No, actually, Donnie's on. He's actually on my calf, on my
Nice.
shin side of my calf, and then I got
Wow.
Splinter and Raphael on my calf, and then I got Mikey and Leo on my thigh and going up.
Nice.
did you ever get a shredder?
I know, but I plan on
No?
doing the bad guys on my right leg though.
Oh, there you go.
I'm
Okay.
Nice,
going to
dude.
get Shredder, Bebop, Rocksteady, Krang, and probably Slash. I don't know. It depends on how I want to get done on my right leg myself. So
Are they in like your tattoo artist's art style, or are they like Mirage art style? Or
so he kind of.
here we go. Here come the legs.
Well, this is par for the course for this show. So
Okay, I don't know. I don't know if you can see them.
Oh, sick. Black and white. Oh, they're kind of mirage-y.
Yeah, they're kind of mirage-y. I kind of feel.
I think like
didn't do color.
2003 cartoon era.
I did. What I'm doing is like the background is going to be, black, and the turtles are going to stand out as green, but they're all getting red bandanas.
Nice.
So that's like my whole plan. And then the other one, I'm going to I don't quite know how I want to do like Shredder and all them tattooed on my right leg. I might go like full on color on this side of the leg, and this one kind of like old. I don't know what I want to do yet. It's still up in the air.
Nice, dude. Get it going. Everybody get a turtle on your body.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my wife is planning on getting turtles tattooed on her too. Our son, the first turtle that he ever drew.
Oh, that's sick.
So she's going to get all 4 of the turtles like on her arm and everything, and I plan on getting those too as well.
That is awesome.
That's fantastic.
Hell yeah.
Well, we usually end with a pizza recipe. Let me ask you this: what's your favorite pizza topping, so I can kind of direct it towards that?
Okay. Well, I'm gonna dispense with the basic ones. We know everybody loves pepperoni and bacon and sausage. We're gonna go.
Oh, dude, we had peanut butter on one, so
someone liked it.
Yeah.
Here's one that is not a lot of people might think of, but I've been loving it recently: banana peppers.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, those are great.
Good. They add a little sweetness, a little crunch, a little spice. Fire.
That's a good one. Okay, so we'll find something with banana peppers, and we'll put that in our recipe. So
Sick.
our audio listeners, you can look forward to that coming up. The YouTube listeners, I hope you've enjoyed the show. You can check out our guest, Eli Schwab, at Cosmic Lion Productions. Do you want to tell people where to find you on Instagram?
Yes, I'd love to. And it's just Cosmic Lion Productions on Instagram is for the publishing company. I'm just Cosmic Lion. You can check out there as well. That's mostly my personal life stuff. But Cosmic Lion Productions is a publishing company. We have almost 50 comics that we
50.
supply. There's artists from all over the world. We've just started a new manga line where we have creators again from all over the world. And we have comics of every kind for every mind is our slogan. We have a brand new anthology called Lion Cosmique. The first one featured Matt Howarth, AC Farley. Moving forward, we're going to feature other Turtles artists as well as other amazing people. Issue 2 has Dave Crossland, who you might know. He did some work. He actually did a Scarface comic back in the day, like the movie Say Hello to My Little Friend.
Oh, no kidding.
And,
wow.
So he's really an amazing creator. And we've just got visionary stuff from there, kind of inspired by heavy metal, which, as we know, was a big inspiration on Kevin, Pete, and Eric. And
yeah.
Even I recently learned this from Matt Howarth. The very first review of the Turtles ever was written by Matt Howarth and was in the pages of Heavy Metal. I recently got that issue.
No kidding.
Yes. And actually, Kevin told me that too, because I gave him some of the new Matt Howarth books at Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con, maybe 2 years ago. And he said, Matt wrote the very first review ever of Turtles. And I was like, dude, that's so sick. Yeah.
Well, he would know, being the former owner, so
that's right.
There you go.
Yeah, man.
So, and I wonder if they're reprinting that issue now. So that's pretty cool.
I don't know. Yeah.
See, and that's why we talk to people like Eli, because he's got all this wealth of knowledge from a life lived like so adjacent to everything. So thank you so much for being on. This has been an absolute pleasure.
Definitely, man. Very fun. I will never turn down the opportunity to talk about turtles. I like your guys' cast, so I was like, dude,
Where are the
absolutely. Bring on the turtles.
All right, and with that, we'll leave the listeners. You can check out our pizza recipe next. Thanks for listening, guys.
Later.